All right, and habit number 7 is probably everybody's favorite: sharpen the saw. But what exactly does that mean? A lot of people misconstrue this as just do whatever you like. It's fun. And it can be a little bit of that, but we sometimes get tied up with doing a little bit too much of it. So this is a great way. I'll talk about this in some other things, but I used to have my 30 and 10 rule. And this is when I was taking classes and studying. And I would always work for 30 minutes, and then I'd take 10 minutes to myself. And that could be watching a show on Netflix. That could be going on a quick little run, or just playing video games. Anything that I just enjoyed that got my mind off the task that I needed to do. Okay, because then when I came back after those 10 minutes, I was ready to work again. If I just kept working for hours and hours, after probably an hour or two, I was kind of going at a slower pace. My work wasn't as good. I was getting drained. I would start taking shortcuts, and that's never good. So when I was working all at it. But when I was taking that break, I wasn't thinking about my work at all. Just like with teaching, that's one of the reasons I love teaching, because at the end of the year, it's been a great year, but you need to recharge. And I always take all of June, and I don't think about teaching at all. I just do what I'm doing in my normal life. And then when July hits, I'll maybe start to do stuff. But then once the school year's here, I'm all in. But then you get that Friday, you have those weekends, and I try not to do too much about it, because then when I come back on Monday, I'm nice and fresh. And this can be the same way for a lot of your things in your life. And one of the examples is just taking a little bit of time in the beginning to make sure that you're ready to take on that task. And they call it sharpening the saw because of a story where a guy went out real early, said, I'm going to get done real early, and he's sawing at a tree. It's taking hours and hours. And his friend comes out later, and he's got to saw down a tree too, and he saws it down, and it only takes him about an hour, and he has it all done. And the friend that got it done really quickly says, hey, why don't you take a few minutes to stop and sharpen your saw so that you could get it done? And he said, I can't. I'll waste time. I got to saw this tree down. But if he just took a little bit of time, got everything ready, the tree would go down a lot quicker. So it's like a lot of things, like running a marathon. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to do a marathon next week, and then go out and run 15 miles for the week before it. You're going to get tired, you're probably going to get hurt, and you're not going to be ready for the marathon. But if you start a couple months before, and you start building up to it, and you're taking your breaks, you're stretching, you're getting ready, you're eating healthy, all those things are going to help you in the long run. So you can see how all of these habits tie together to and are kind of balanced by that sharpen the saw one. Because if you don't have that, the rest are not going to come into play. All right, well, this completes our 7 habits. We will be talking more about these as we go, but I also am going to include the 8th habit here, which is find your voice. But originally it was the 7 habits, but now they have the 8th habit too. So find your voice and help others find theirs.